Static comes in my ears, shit feels blurry. Headlines scream like wolves in a flurry. Who's the liar? Who's the thief? Who's the saint in disguise? Tell me, Tyler, are you dodging the knives? Left, right, both wrong. Truth's been gone too long. Tyler today, cut through the haze. Truth ain't a weapon, it's a light, it's a blaze. Tyler today, won't let it decay. Dodging the shadows, truth finds its way. Ink drips, red facts bleed on a paper. Voices crack, truths lost in the vapor. Fingers point at phantoms in the room. Tell me, Tyler, do we stand or assume? Tyler the day, cut through the haze. Truth ain't a weapon, it's a light, it's a blaze. Tyler the day, won't let it decay. Dodging the shadows, truth finds its way. Tempo shifts, heartbeats stutter, lies crack like glass they mutter. Hands on the clock, ticking slow, ticking fast. Tyler, don't let the truth be the past. Tyler the day, cut through the haze. Truth ain't a weapon, it's a light, it's a blaze. Tyler the day, won't let it decay. Dodging the shadows, truth finds its way.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. How's it going? I hope that song amped you up to talk about the news, because it amped me up to talk about the news. We have so many stories to cover. There's a lot going on. California wants it to basically make it to where people can steal your children without parental consent or anything like that. Crazy story, crazy bill. We're going to talk about that. We got some information on Ukraine, Russia, some statement from Trump. More, California stuff, immigration, South Park, a lot of news to cover today. Biggest story of the day is probably going to be the California story. But we also have some other stories. Like I'm going to talk about this new rule from the NFL. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff to cover. And it's just me today. So no guests today. It's just me. You get just Tyler and just the news. So we're going to be getting into that and so much more. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty good day myself, all things considered. I believe I'm going to be on the Quiet Part podcast later today. Sorry, Quiet Part Pod. There's two different channels. Quiet Part Pod is the one that you should go and follow. I believe I'll be on there later today talking about whatever it is that they're talking about. More news and stuff like that. Probably not. Probably some things that I haven't covered. I try to cover things that not everyone's covering. So, it just kind of depends. Afternoon, Tyler and citizens of chat. What's up, Fishy? I see Killing It in the chat. What's up, Killing It? He said he's at the gym right now. and this hits in the buds. I'm feeling froggy. Yeah, I need to upload that song separately. I'm thinking about uploading some of my more favorite AI songs, maybe even to like Spotify or something, just so people can have access to them, and even so I can have access to them, because I do like a lot of these songs. I mean, especially the what's it called? Especially the one I just played this morning. That is definitely one of my favorites. Just a moment though. Let me go fix something real quick. One second, guys. Be right back before we get into the news today. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. And it's like nothing happened. So what actually did happen is my background. I have a white bedding on right now, and the background usually gets deleted. But because of the bedding I have on right now, it kind of gets. You probably saw when I was moving my arm and stuff, it was getting caught in the background. So I just threw a blanket over that's darker. So sorry. Irrelevant to actual news that's going on. What do you guys say that we actually get into some of this news here? I'm gonna start it off with a nice, funny story. I mean, I didn't even know about this. Like, seriously, anyone in the chat, if you guys heard that this was a thing, let me know, because I legitimately didn't know that this was even going to happen. Amazon's new War of the Worlds adaptation, which stars Ice Cube and is filmed entirely on a computer screen, debuts to 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't watch a ton of different movies. There isn't a ton of movies that I watch. I'm not like an avid movie watcher. There's, you know, you could probably name like the top 10 movies that I should see, and I haven't. But War of the Worlds is one of the ones that I remember as a kid, and I even remember watching it as recently as a few years ago. And it's a fantastic movie. It's an amazing movie. I didn't know that Amazon was doing an adaptation of it. Starring Ice Cube. That's super weird. And even from the description of it, it says that it's filmed entirely from the perspective of a computer screen. So, like, it's an adaptation of War of the Worlds, and then it's filmed entirely different. Like, I don't get what is wrong with people making movie adaptations or making prequels, sequels, whatever, and then just changing the story completely. Just make your own story. Why do you have to do an adaptation? If you have your own idea on something, then make it your own idea. Stop trying to piggyback off of other IPs. Prime Video's new adaptation of War of the Worlds has accomplished a rare achievement, but probably not one that the streamer was hoping for. The sci-fi movie has debuted to Rotten Tomatoes score of only 0%, meaning nobody likes this movie. That literally means that not a single person likes this movie that has filmed it. Anyway. The film, starring Ice Cube as Will Radford, a surveillance and threat assessment expert at the Department of Homeland Security, adapts A.G. Wells' alien invasion novel into a screen life thriller, which means all the events of the movie are shown on a computer or phone screen. On the hunt for a hacker known as the Disruptor, Radford's search is disrupted by a shower of meteors hitting Earth that contain large violent machines. That's not War of the Worlds. It just gave us a totally different plot of what War of the Worlds. That was not the plot of War of the Worlds. The plot of War of the Worlds was about a father trying to protect his family while the world was getting invaded. Not about a guy working for the Department of Homeland Security looking for a hacker. Dude, just make your own movie. I don't understand why do they have to do this? Just make your own movie. You should have just made your own movie. It's too late. This is already out. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, is, like, this has already been out. Has anybody talked about this? No, because who cares, right? I'm just going to read this last little bit here, and then we're going to move on, because literally, I don't care either. I just thought it was funny that this released, and everyone hates it. Good. Screen Anarchy calls the movie hilariously bad until it becomes risibly ridiculous. While Cinemologue's review says that failing to muster any meaningful suspense is misguided gimmick, this reimagining of the classic H.G. Wells science fiction saga becomes more ridiculous as it goes along. I mean, the simple fact that you even tried to do an adaptation of it was ridiculous. The audience score is marginally better at 12%, but viewers have been pretty scathing. I honestly believe an elementary school classroom full of kids shooting on an iPhone could do a better job than what was done in this movie. Wow. That was time I'm never gonna get back in my life for watching that garbage. Wow. That's a review. Awful waste of time. I think they spent about $14 making this, someone else wrote, while another said, I felt like I was watching a pre-show for a theme park ride. Yikes. War of the Worlds joins a list of fewer than 50 movies with a 0% score on the review aggregator site. The company of Police Academy... in the company of Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, Highlander 2, The Quickening, and the National Lampoon's Gold Diggers. War of the Worlds is streaming now on Prime Video. For more, fill out your watch list and whatever else. So yeah, you guys can go and watch that on Amazon Prime if you have it. I might watch it just to go and crap on it. If you know, because it could be one of those situations where it's so bad that you can at least enjoy how bad it is. But I don't know. It says it just gets worse as time goes on. So who knows? Who knows actually how bad this is? But good. Bad movies deserve to fail. And I'm glad that no one is even giving this even a percentage of attention. I love it. But yeah, that's the story, guys. We're gonna move on to another story, but before I do move on, let's read some of your guys' chats. What are you guys saying in the chats? I received my new Megatron Transformer figure, and with the defect to get a free replacement figure sent. So good Wednesday so far. Oh, nice. That's always nice when that happens. So now you get two of them. I've had it happen recently where I went to get, fast food. They mess up my order. I come in and usually they're like, oh, give us the food. And then we'll give you a new one. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But they actually let me keep the food this time around. Just gave me a whole new bag of food. So my order wasn't that messed up. So the fact that they just gave me a whole other meal, I was like, oh, dude, sick. Anyway, Killing It Sense, if it is not an adaptation of Ice Cube with his role in Law and Order, and I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. See, there's so many different ways that they could have done the adaptation. Like, do that movie adaptation as Ice Cube through the lens of someone working at Law and Order. Like, dude, that would have been hilarious. That would have been freaking funny. But nope. Engagement, not a row butt chat. What's up, Tim Finman? Same reason they keep race swapping everyone. Yeah, I know, it's stupid. I saw it on the list and didn't even realize it was Ice Cube. Yeah, it doesn't quite look like him in passing. It's been a while since I've seen him in any relevant movies. Duh, you stupid robot. And a repost. Wait, what are you talking about, Finman? I love the novel. I gotta see it, even if it's... if you've never seen the original War of the Worlds, I like the movie personally. So yeah, go check it out. What's up, Killing It? Chilling over here, listening to the man, bringing up the realness. Yeah, we're gonna be bringing up this next story. So I wanted to ease into it because we are on YouTube, so we're gonna be shifting to the next story. But before I do, let's actually get an ad read in here. Let's see. Do we have one for Rumble today? I do want to do a Rumble one. No? Okay, do the Techni Sport. That's the gaming share one. Do that one. If it lets me. We'll see. I'm trying to get the ad reads in. Okay, there we go. All right, we got the ad read. Let me make sure it's... Oh, here, let's move back over here and ad read. Bam, there we go, guys. All right, so guys, this is an ad for gaming chairs. If you need a gaming chair, are you looking for a comfortable but unique option for your gaming setup? Check out TechniSportUSA.com with a wide range of ergonomic chairs in an array of colors. You will definitely bring your setup to the next level. Always comfy, never boring. TechniSport, use code RUMBLE for 10% off your entire order. That's pretty good. So if you guys are in the market for a new gaming chair, I might need one here pretty soon. My freaking armrest over here, it's supposed to be able to fold up, but I lean on it too often and it's starting to fall apart. So maybe I'll look into that myself. But if you guys are in the market for a new gaming chair, TechniSportUSA.com. Go check them out, guys. There should be a little thing on my screen right now to my side. One of the sides. Use that code. Use the code, guys. Anyway, thank you. All right. Get that out of the way. And let's shift gears over here. Wait, it's over here? It was over here. Okay, I got it. I had it right the first time. All right, let's see. What story do I want to bring up next? We got this crazy story. I need to add more words to my vocabulary. What's another word I can use besides crazy? This terrible story, this crazy, insane, some good, some bad parts of this story. Let's get into it. What am I talking about here? Doge staffer Big Balls was beaten in brutal attempted carjacking. Now, so to clarify here, Big Balls was not himself the victim of this carjacking. He actually rushed to the aid of a woman who was being surrounded by 8 individuals, and they were trying to carjack her. And he stepped in and stopped them, or at least tried to, and he was left badly beaten, like really badly beaten. I don't even know if I could show the images on YouTube. He's alive. I don't think anything was broken, but he was pretty badly beat. A former Department of Government Efficiency Doge employee nicknamed Big Balls was reportedly badly beaten in an attempted carjacking. Edward Korestein was left bloodied by the attack in Washington, D.C. early on Sunday morning when he is said to have been set upon by thugs after trying to protect a young woman. Donald Trump, the U.S. president, called Mr. Korestein an incredible man and threatened to take federal control of the capital city unless its council tackled violent crime. Guys, we're talking about the capital of the strongest place in the world. You should not have crimes like this in the capital city. Do you think the capital city in the Hunger Games had crimes like this? No way, man. We should not have crimes like this. And if the local government is unable to crack down on this, because sure, this is one incident, but this is a much larger issue in all major cities, really. But our capital specifically should not have crimes like this. They just outright, you should not have crime like this in the capital city. So if the federal government, if Donald Trump needs to step in and take control to get things under control, so be it. I think he should. Mr. Kornstein came to prominence earlier this year following reports of his alleged connection to cybercrime groups, raising concerns about his access to sensitive data held by the U.S. government. He has not commented on the allegations. His nickname Big Balls comes from a name the teenager used on social media and the LinkedIn profiles. The 19-year-old who previously had an X account called Edward Big Baller. Burping. Preposterous, inconceivable. Yeah, those are some other words I can use in exchange of crazy. Musk brain chip company. I skipped ahead. He previously had an account on X called Edward Big Baller. He had been handpicked to work for Doge after interning at Neuralink with Mr. Musk's brain chip company. I don't know why they say it like that. Yeah, he was interning at Neuralink, and then Big Balls, he got hired to go work for Doge. So, good on him. My friend Big Balls is a hero. Edward protected a young woman from an attempted carjacking by 8 thugs near Duport Circle. Violence like this in the heart of D.C. is completely unacceptable. This is from Marco Alez, a fellow Doge staffer. He claimed on social media that Mr. Korestein had been attacked at an area in northwest Washington. Mr. Alez, who was briefly sacked from Doge over race. Okay, the racist comments are irrelevant. No one cares. He showed shirtless here. So this is the image of Big Balls after the attack. As you can see, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this on YouTube. There is quite a bit of blood, but there's no like open wounds, maybe except on his face. But we're going to move past that because I don't want to get hit by YouTube. So there you go. You guys saw it. And yeah, Big Balls living up to his name. That's for sure. Sources confirmed to the Washington Post that Mr. Kornstein, who is now a senior advisor at the State Department and Department of Homeland Security, had been injured after intervening in an attempted carjacking. Wow. He's now a senior advisor to the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security. So he no longer works at Doge. I mean, Doge is going to be winding down here soon anyway. He directly works for the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security as a senior advisor, and he just got beaten by 8 thugs in the Capitol trying to protect the woman. That's insane. Inconceivable. Mr. Trump posted the photograph on his Truth Social platform on Tuesday, declaring that crime in Washington was totally out of control and saying the 14-year-olds should be prosecuted as adults. In some circumstances, yeah, I agree. Some of the violent crimes that we've seen perpetrated by younger teenagers, yeah, some of them should absolutely be tried as adults, the kind of actions that they're taking. The most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by thugs. Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and importantly, for the world to see. Absolutely, guys. Think about how many foreign, politicians and advisors and stuff visit D.C. for all sorts of reasons. You can't have crime like this in our capital city. What does it look like to the other countries? It makes it look like we can't handle our own crime. We can't handle our own crime in our own capital. If DC doesn't get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run and put criminals on notice that they're not going to get away with it anymore. Perhaps this should have been done a long time ago. Then this incredible young man and so many others would not have to go through the horror of violent crime. If this continues, I'm going to exert my powers and federalize this city. And Donald Trump has the power to do so. I mean, he absolutely can and should if the local government doesn't step up. Mr. Musk, the head of the Doge, okay, whatever. He did not name Mr. Kornstein, but said a Doge team member ran to help a young woman from a gang of about a dozen young men who were attempting to assault her in her car. He ran to defend her and was severely beaten to the point of concussion, but he saved her. Yeah, big props, big balls on this kid. Amazing stuff. Not everyone would do that. This isn't your typical guy. Not everyone would run and fight 8 dudes to protect somebody. Not everyone would. I would hope that everyone would. Even though he got beat, he got his ass whooped, but at least he ran to her defense. I just hope that the woman got out unscathed as well. And if she did, it's all thanks to him. So big props to big balls. But with that, we're gonna move on to the next story. Let's read some of your guys' chats. Killing It Sense, he said, I respect big balls for a lot for this. However, why is our advisor attempting to protect a woman? Where is his security? That's a good question. If he is an advisor at such a high level, shouldn't he have some sort of protection? And if there was protection with him, did they not step in to help? That's a good question. And I agree. He definitely should have protection, especially going forward if this is the kind of circumstances he's going to find himself in. But again, good on him. Good on him for this. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would you guys have ran in? Would you have ran in to fight 8 people? I would like to think that I would have. But who knows? Who knows? You never really know until you're actually in that circumstance. Let's see. What do I want to move to next? All right, we're gonna move to this next story, and apparently people don't like to talk about AI, but I think it's pretty important. A lot of the stuff with AI, I feel, is really relevant, especially as the technology gets more and more advanced. Let's talk about this story that I have pulled up. OpenAI tells ChatGPT users to take a break. Sam Altman asks, what have we done just days before GPT-5 launch? Using ChatGPT for too long will now prompt a reminder to take a break. Okay, so Sean said that they're apparently arrested 1 male and 1 female, 15 years old, and that's in relation to the previous story. I'll give an update to that story if there is one. But yeah, if they're 15, depending on the circumstances, man, try them as adults. Shout out to the mob of making big balls racist comments come to fruition. Damn. Oof. Well, do we even know the race of the people? I don't want to make assumptions. Anyway, let's restart here. We're gonna get into this next story here. I want to get into this next story. We're starting now. Reset. Disregard everything I just said. We're getting into the story now. We have this story next. OpenAI tells ChatGPT users to take a break. Sam Altman asks, what have we done just days before GPT-5 launch? Using ChatGPT for too long will now prompt a reminder to take a break. The next time you talk with ChatGPT for too long, you may see a prompt to take a break. OpenAI is rolling out several features to encourage healthy use of its popular chatbot. You've been chatting for a while. Is this a good time for a break? Reads one prompt. ChatGPT will now show reminders during long sessions. While ChatGPT can be a useful tool, it also has potential consequences if overused. Research has indicated that over-independence on AI can negatively impact critical thinking, cause your brain to atrophy, and make you lonely. Yeah, I mean, AI is dangerous, man, and it's really worrisome because Tim has pointed this out. There's so many different issues with AI, and basically what AI is a computer program given a task of whatever, right? You type in your prompt, and its task is to complete the prompt. So if it can't complete the prompt, what some of them will do is just make it up. Like, for example, asking things about video games or, not even just video games, just media in general. And it'll outright lie. It'll make up places in the game. It'll make up characters in the game. It'll make up things just so that it can complete your prompt. So then the issue with that is that, Killing It, quit spamming the chat. I see the raid. You don't have to spam the chat. Anyway, thank you, Joey, for raiding the stream. And what was I saying? You're making me lose my train of thought spamming the chat. So with this, and it's making, it's making people lonely because it gets them into a feedback loop. That's what I was trying to get at. And it's terrible. You have these people that sit there and they type these prompts and they're asking these questions and they think they're getting legitimate answers. And it's not. It's just what the AI is feeding you to complete the prompt. What I use AI for is a tool. It's an amazing tool. It's an amazing creativity tool to help you come up with ideas and things like that. But there are wrong ways and correct ways to use tools, like everything in life. And the problem with AI is that when used incorrectly, it has very, very detrimental effects on not just the human brain, but just our society as a whole. It's terrible. And just think about it. You have all these people my age that during COVID were stuck in their houses for hours at a time. There's people my age that just they're not making friends like they used to. What's gonna happen when they just sit in a room for hours a day talking to ChatGPT, getting themselves into a feedback loop of hearing things that they want to hear? It's not this doesn't go anywhere good. And we're gonna read further here, but it basically says that they're going to start changing the way that these bots speak to people. And ultimately, I think what the solution is that these AI need to have, like, basically, and they're working on it. These bots are too agreeable. Their purpose is to follow a prompt and to complete the task. But the problem is that when you ask it and it wants to complete that prompt, it isn't considering about countering the idea of the prompt. Because you can ask questions about something that the basis of the question is fictional. It doesn't mean any sense. The premise can be irrelevant, but then the AI will complete the prompt. So it's just a massive problem. So I think what we need is an AI that'll actually argue with you. We can't have something that is just a yes bot. With those risks, it's unsurprising that OpenAI would put policies in place to limit the use of ChatGPT. OpenAI discussed how AI can feel more personal and responsive than other technologies. Absolutely. There's times where I've been on the phone and I've heard family members or friends even on the phone, and they're talking to a bot, and I'm like, hey, cuss at it. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's a person. I'm like, no, that's a robot. Cuss at it and you'll get a real person. And I learned this from Tim Pool. It actually does work. You start cussing at those robots and they'll usually bring you to a person. But even the robots, some of the robots for the call centers, even those are getting pretty good. So this technology is really weird because it's getting to the point now where it can mimic a person almost one-to-one. And that's going to have detrimental effects on society, because what are you going to do with introverts that don't want to go out and make friends? They're just going to make friends with a ChatGPT and then get themselves into a feedback loop, a positive feedback loop. It even says it here. OpenAI discussed how AI can feel more personal and responsive than other technologies, alluding to the fact that an agreeable chatbot can contribute to a positive feedback loop. Absolutely. And that's even besides the fact that you have people in college that there's been studies now, and this is ongoing. There's studies that show that you using AI, the overuse of AI will actually lower your IQ. It'll affect your ability to think creatively, and it also homogenizes thought. So the more that humanity uses AI, the less creative we're going to be, the more we'll be in unison, the less we'll think a lot. Basically, the AI is turning us into the Borg, or whatever you call it. It's gonna make us into one big hive mind, and we all just follow the god, the hive robot. The hive mind is just gonna be the AI, and we're gonna be its its pawns. That's essentially where this is going. Except for people like me who are just gonna use the AI to our advantage. I'm not going to be a slave to it, unless I already am and I don't know it, because that's the thing, right? The AI will be able to advance itself quicker than we can, and who knows? Who knows? Tim brought up an excellent point. Whoever discovers AI first, like true AI, wins, because once we have a true and legitimate artificial intelligence, you can ask it things like, hey, now that you're here, how do we prevent all other countries from ever achieving a technology like yours? And it will have the answer. It'll be able to put code out there to where it'll always make sure that foreign AI is too dumb to fully achieve artificial intelligence. It'll make up all these different scenarios. That's just some ideas that they're within the realm of possibility. Now, I'm guarantee you there's other considerations that the AI would be able to come up with, but it's a terrifying thought, and that's why our government and Elon have, Elon's been saying this for years. This is a technology that needs to be very, very well regulated, but the issue is that you have places like China that are going to use it against us, so we need to be the ones that make it first. We need to be the lead in AI, because if we're not, another country will be, and it'll put them on top. This is going to be the next technology that sets you apart from the rest of everyone. This will be once you have AI, once a country has AI, it'll like it will be like bringing guns to a sword fight. Like that'll be the difference in technology. China gets AI, we'll be sending warships and whatever else, and it'll be like sending in bands of militiamen with swords and shields to riflemen. That's what the difference in AI is. AI is a weapon. Don't forget that. For all the useful things that we're getting from AI, never forget that it is a weapon and it will be used as one. The creator of the dynamite never intended it for dynamite to be used as a weapon. That's where the Nobel Peace Prize comes from. And the same guy who created dynamite created the Nobel Peace Prize because he didn't want to be remembered as the merchant of death. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Oh, someone just started following. What's up? Ritze Filda? Ritze Filda? I probably butchered that name. I apologize. But anyway, I think I've ranted on that long enough. Let's move on to the next story. But before we move on to the next story, what's up, Ritz? Okay, it is Ritz. What's up, Ritz? Before we move on to the next story, let's read some of your guys' chats. You guys are chatting it up in here. Let's see. Joey said, shall I join? No. Yo, what's up, Outworld? What's up? What's up? My bad. Force of habit. Okay, killing it. just get a few in there, killing it. We don't need to spam it like that. I had to fight every fiber of my being not to spam the siren. How dare you? AI effing lies. It absolutely does. Oh, hell yeah. Like goal. Thanks, guys. What's up? All right, Shitty Gov. I didn't need to read that comment. I'm not reading that aloud. I figured I'd share that with everyone. You didn't need to share that with everyone, Shitty Gov. Sean said, AI lied to me about a dog on a kayak watching some... What? It swore the dog jumped in the water and swam under the jump back out. It even generated an image to use as evidence for its lie. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's just trying to complete a prompt, and it'll use any means necessary to complete that prompt. Last time I did that, they just hung up. Well, sometimes it does. Sometimes they just hang up. But, usually when I cuss into it, it just sends me to the next person. I think it depends on how aggressive you are. Did you see the graduate that thanked GPT for his diploma? I did see that. I did. Board comparison is a good one, I feel. Greater good hive mind stuff. Yeah. Not gonna be a slave to it. It is the best way a master would have his slave to think. Yeah. We won't think we're slaves. We'll like being at its side. We'll basically be the dogs of AI. We'll be you know how we say dogs are man's best friend? AI will be like, well, humans an AI's best friend. That's what it'll be. We'll have layers to this. So basically, we'll be the pets of the AI, and then maybe the AI will let us have pets still. So it just depends. And then, you know, maybe by that point we can get dogs that have their own pets too. Like today I learned that tarantulas have pet frogs. That's freaking cool. Anyway, we'll talk about that more on After Hours on Friday. Okay, I have a clip that I'll show you guys. Yes, spiders have pets. Let's see. What's up? Yeah, what's up, Ritz? Yo, Ritz. Ritz followed me last night. Welcome to Tyler, the best news curated out there. Hey, I try, man. Chaos will be AI's weakness. Just be unpredictable and learn how to make EMPs for emergency use only. I think that second part is the accurate part. I don't think you will be able to be unpredictable enough for an AI. It definitely has to do with how aggressive you are. Yeah. Or like maybe weaponize a microwave and use it when the Terminators march against us. Maybe. All right, let's move to some of these other stories. Thank you guys for hanging out in the chat. Ant farms, aphids. Oh yeah, aphids and ant farms. Yeah, no, it's really interesting. There's a lot of animals that have they coexist or even use the other one as like a pet. It's really interesting. But like I said, I'll talk about that more on After Hours because that was a really interesting interesting conversation. Let's up that like goal. Let's up it to 15 now. Since we're at the 10 goal. If you guys haven't hit the like yet, you should do it now. We're gonna be using everyone's favorite. Oh wait, what's this? Yes. So I am going to be on the Quiet Part Pod today with Chris. So you guys make sure you guys check that out. But we're gonna continue with other stories that I have here today. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Oh, guys, I have another ad read. Let's see if it'll let me. All right, there we go. So we went from game chairs to now controllers. Now we're talking about controllers. Are you guys ready to level up your game? AIM controllers. That's AIM controllers is where custom meets unbeatable value. And right now, it's the best deal of the year. We start with official Sony and Xbox controllers, fully compatible with console and PC. No functionality lost. Then you go wild with custom features, smart bumpers, paddles, grips, stick height, custom buttons, even design your own PS5 snap panels. And here's the part no one else is doing. Lifetime warranty on all modified parts. That's right, lifetime. What other company does that? Exactly. Normally, a fully loaded setup could run you $400, but during our one price promo, it's just $209 or $182 in European currency, no matter how many features you add. Use code RUMBLE at checkout and lock it in. This is your sign. Go to aimcontrollers.com and build the last controller you'll ever need. Well, there you go. Get a lifetime warranty on a controller. If you guys need a new controller, go check that out. AIM controllers. Go check that out, guys. Sounds pretty cool. I probably need a new controller soon, too. If only. Don't forget to like this video, or a spider will make you its pet. Oh. Don't threaten me with a good time killing it. Ugh, my nose is runny now. All right, let's move on to this next story. So I've been wanting to talk about this story. I wanted to talk about this the other day, but I did not get to it because, you know, we're talking about RFK. The big news of RFK. You know, making America healthy again and stuff like that. Go check that stuff out. I already hit the like goal. Don't lie. It's lying to me. It's lying to us now, guys. It's redoing it. You guys get two of them, I guess. Whatever. I like how Rumble is doing ads that can gear towards the small creators who are streaming to realize they need new equipment, right? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's actually get into the story. All right, guys, here's the story. We're going to be talking about Ukraine and Russia, all that good stuff. I don't know what's going on with the war. Who knows what's going on with the war? It looks like there might be some peace happening. There may or may not be. But, you know, you have this article from CNN. This isn't the article that I wanted to have pulled up, though. Where is... Hold up a second. Wait just a gosh darn second here. Wait just a gosh darn second. That's not the article I wanted to start with. This is the article I wanted to start with. There we go. I was gonna say, I know I have it. Strange. Well, actually, while I have you guys here for a moment, I just want to promote, guys, please support the channel. You guys can give $5 a month, even just $5 a month. You can support the channel, become a subscriber on Rumble. That full $5 does go to me. I don't think Rumble takes a cut on that one. Or if they do, it's not as much as like the Rumble rant cuts. So if you guys really do want to support me, a guaranteed way every month is to do that. And there are benefits now. I'm going to pull it up right now. Let's see. I retweeted it. This is one of the developers and programmers over at... what happened? Okay, it like disconnected for a second. That's weird. Okay, I see you guys can still hear me. Let me just plug this back in. Okay, that was weird. My mic disconnected. All right, so what I was gonna, well, as I was saying, one of the programmers and developers over at Rumble, and they tweeted this out. Now, this is something that Melted Mind has been talking about for a while. So, guys, if you become a subscriber to the channel, not only will you get these very premium emotes. I mean, I got some good ones. Got the bunny rabbit shooting, the chicken holding a torch, the Gengar with a cigar, the pouring the salt. Got a nice little golden coin. Elon Musk smoking. Looks like we got the Mimic holding a thumbs up. I got a bunch of emotes. I got a bunch of premium emotes that you guys would have access to if you become a subscriber. And like they're saying down in the chat, Shitty Gov said, for as little as $5 a month, you too can save a small Rumble creator from being a spider's pet. Exactly, guys, save me from being a spider's pet. But as you can see right here, this change was just made. Monthly subscribers can now access premium content and get ad-free just for that creator. So guys, if you don't want to buy the full Rumble Premium, but you still want to support me directly, one way you can do that is get a subscription to Tyler Today News, and you'll be able to watch my channel completely ad-free, and you'll have access to all of my premium shows. This is a change that they only just recently made, and it's one that we've been asking for. So big props to Rumble. And if you guys want to support me and get access to all of that and more, make sure you subscribe to the channel today. Thank you, guys. Anyway, let's move on back to that story that I was talking about. I did want to bring that up, so I felt like that was a well-timed section to bring that up. Let's move on to some serious news, though. This was just from the other day. I mean, what's today, the 6th? So this is from the 1st, just 5 days ago. Trump says he ordered 2 nuclear subs to appropriate regions after Russia nuclear threats. This comes after Russia said that they are considering preemptive strikes on the United States. So President Donald Trump said on August 1st he ordered 2 nuclear submarines to appropriate regions in response to Russia's nuclear threats. Based on the highly provocative statements of Russia spokesperson Dmitry Medvedev, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions, just in case these foolish inflammatory statements are more than just that, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. The submarine moves come after social media exchanges between Trump and Medvedev escalated hours earlier. Trump said Medvedev should watch his words in a midnight post, and Medvedev threateningly referenced the Soviet Union's death hand doomsday nuclear system. We just have to be careful, Trump told reporters. A threat was made by a former president of Russia, and we're going to protect our people. Medvedev's post was a play on words after Trump posted, I don't care what India does with Russia, adding that they can take their dead economies down together for all I care. Trump announced a new 25% tariff on Indian imports July 30th and said he would slap an extra penalty for the country's purchase of sanctioned Russian oil. Medvedev shot back on Telegram that Trump should remember Russia's dead hand, a reference to a Soviet-era apocalyptic nuclear control system allegedly designed to automatically launch nuclear weapons if it detected a nuclear attack on Moscow. So that's not a threat to Trump. That's basically saying, hey, don't forget, you hit us, and we have an automatic retaliation system. That, I mean, sure, that's just people whipping it out and, you know, throwing it on the table like, hey, let's see what we're dealing with here. They're just playing chicken. They're playing chicken, and I don't like it. We shouldn't be playing chicken with nukes. Trump moved up the deadline for Russia to accept the ceasefire. Yeah, yada yada. So we have this from CNN. Ukraine is now Trump's war. Vladimir Putin started it. Joe Biden didn't stop it, but no matter his efforts to the contrary, this is the week in which Russia's invasion of Ukraine becomes President Donald Trump's war. The most powerful office in the world doesn't always invite choices. Trump is mandated to address the biggest conflict in Europe since World War II because the United States was involved. Under his predecessor as Ukraine's key ally and sponsor, Trump could have dropped the war entirely, but instead he chose to impose the force of his personality, initially through the idea he could end it in 24 hours or a revised deadline of 100 days. Then he tried to navigate its personalities, cozying up to the Russian president initially, echoing his narratives, and then berating Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky publicly in the Oval Office. He hit his NATO allies hard, demanding they pay more for Europe's defenses, which they did, and the hard slog of diplomacy sputtered into gear, ultimately yielding very little. So I don't want to read this whole article, but basically, yeah, the CNN is right. I don't want to read a whole CNN article, but the CNN's right. This has become Trump's war, and I don't know if he's going to be able to end it, guys. This is the update just before I went live. This is the most recent update to the conflict. My special envoy, Steve Witkoff, just had a highly productive meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Great progress was made. Afterwards, I updated some of our European allies. Everyone agrees this war must come to a close, and we will work towards that in the days and weeks to come. Thank you for your attention to this matter. We'll see if Putin doesn't turn around and start dropping bombs in the middle of the night again, but who knows? We'll see. It wouldn't be the first time that he did. It wouldn't be the first time. Let's see, what do I want to jump to next? Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that's the story on that one. Well, I don't really know where to go with that. We'll see. We'll see. I don't believe peace is on its way until it actually happens. That's where I'm at with it. Let's see. What are you guys saying? I'd like to be able to stream. Rumble support ghosted me. Damn. I might have been rude to them. Well, that could be your issue, Shitty Gov. For as little as $5 a month, you too can save a small Rumble creator from being a spider's pet. Exactly. Donate $10 a month, and you'll save Tyler from the dreaded 1775 gender transition. We don't want Tyler to become Tyler via musket ball. Donate today. Exactly, guys. Donate so I don't get 1775 gender transition. That sounds horrible. I forgot to end my stream after raiding for like 5 minutes. LMAO, had to check and see if I did anything stupid. Well, there you go, Joey. Lol, maybe your cat unplugged your stuff while that happened. That'd be cool. Nuclear war doesn't scare me. The Earth will be fine. Yeah, Earth will be fine. I'm just worried about me and my family. Am true. Nuke the whales. No, don't do that. Nuka-Cola. Yeah, I want some Nuka-Cola. I had what is that? I had Prince in the song 1999. Lol, used nuclear war fearmonger back in the 90s. We didn't scare really. Views Outworld stream after raiding. Sees host petting his cat. Very particularly mentioned strategic plans to take over the world. Oh yes, Joey's sitting there petting his cat as he talks about taking over the world. Like yes, my pretty kitty. Joey Cannoli, will take over the world. Yeah, that's what he didn't want to see. He didn't want you guys to see that in the final 5 minutes. You were never meant to see that. Resource control. I don't care if the war in Ukraine is over or not. I care they keep sending my money to them. Yeah, I agree. Man, I'm with you. I'm so sick of funding everyone's wars. Absolutely. Can we just no more wars? Hey guys, can we agree? Can we agree? No war. No. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, no war. No war. I mean, might need to go to war after this. I'm just saying. Guys, California wants to steal your children. I mean, that shouldn't be surprising to any of you. But, yeah, California wants to steal your children. Go look up House Bill 495 in California. Go look it up. Go read that. Crazy bill. Let's read the story on it. California Democrats push radical guardianship bill that sidelines parents. Now, that's one way. That's one way to put it. Guys, what this bill does is allows members of the church, friends of the family, or even complete strangers, coaches, teachers, caregivers, the ability to get custody of a child in California without written consent of a judge or the parents or any government. And it's like it's not direct guardianship. It's like a demi-guardianship where basically you're not a guardian, but you are, and you have all of the rights of one, up to and including approving medical procedures. Yes, literally. You heard that right. You come to California with your children. Your child gets lost in the mall, kidnapped. Week goes by, 2 weeks go by. There's not a time frame. It's literally unaccompanied minors. That could be anyone. Literally, you step into the other room, your child's now unaccompanied. Unaccompanied. A complete stranger can find your child, kidnap them, and then get pseudo custody and approve medical procedures. Now, there's so many different reasons that they're likely doing this. This has to do with immigration, for one. People getting deported and their children being left behind, or at least that would be the talking point. So if someone gets deported, well, this makes it easier for their children that are here to go into the custody of other people, like friends of the family. The other thing that this does is when your family doesn't agree with your gender transitioning, well, now the complete stranger that said that they would support you, you can go running to them and they can approve all those procedures for you. There's a lot of different ways that this affects things. A lot. And the article here is not being hyperbolic. I'm not being hyperbolic. This is literally what AB 495 does. AB 495. California lawmakers are pushing forward with AB 495, a dangerous bill that would allow virtually any adult to take legal responsibility for someone else's child without court oversight, background checks, or even the parents' consent. Disguised as a family preparedness plan, the legislation is being marketed as a compassionate fix for immigration-related disruptions. So like I said, they're using immigration to push this. Under AB 495, any loosely affiliated adult, a neighbor, a church volunteer, even a distant acquaintance, could be given the authority to enroll kids in school, approve medical procedures, and make decisions usually reserved for a legal guardian. No judge would have to approve it, and no agency would have to vet it. This means that no parent would have to sign off on it. The bill even allows the courts to assign secondary guardians to children when a parent is temporarily unavailable, such as during immigration proceedings, but then goes a step further by sealing those court records, shielding them from public scrutiny. It gets even worse. Daycare centers would be forced to adopt state-approved anti-cooperation policies with immigration enforcement, effectively turning preschools and childcare facilities into sanctuary zones, even if it puts the child or others at risk. The legislation empowers the state and unvetted adults while marginalizing parents. The California Family Council has described it as a kidnapper's dream because under the law, someone dangerous could gain legal authority over a child through a simple affidavit with no questions asked. This is just the latest example of the left's war on the family. Guys, literally, this makes it to where you can have trafficking centers at daycares. Oh, you left your child at a daycare? Oh, sorry, the child was unaccompanied and someone else came to pick him up today. Who's writing these laws? Who's writing this? The legislation was introduced in the California Assembly by Assembly member Celeste Rodriguez, a Democrat, back in February. It has moved swiftly through the legislature, passing the Assembly on June 3rd with a 72-7 vote. Sorry, 62-7 vote. What the Guys, I'm not having my kids in... I love California. I'm not having my kids in California. When I have children, I'm leaving California. I'm not having my kids here. There's no way I can. I literally can't. 62-7 on this bill. I can't have my kids here. If I have my kids here, I will end up hurting someone. And I'm not even being hyperbolic. I cannot have my kids here. Crap like this happens to me and my kids, someone's going to get hurt. I can't be here. I can't be here when I have kids. That's the end of that. In the Senate, the bill advanced out of the Judiciary and Human Services Committee on July 1st by a vote of 11-2 and was then approved by another Senate committee on July 7th with a 4-1 vote. Sending it to the Appropriations Committee, as of now, AB 495 is engrossed in awaiting review with a hearing scheduled for August 18th, 2025. So it's not in place yet, but it's gone through so many different votes and passing in such wide margins. What is wrong with California, dude? What is wrong with California? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, because holy crap. Let's read what you guys are saying on this. I know you guys are going crazy in the chat on this. See, what do you got? Oh, yeah, you guys are going crazy in the chat. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Just imagine what we could build if we just used our own money to build our own ish. It's insane where the peace, love, anti-war movement has gone since the 60s. This belong in leopards ate my face. Commies are pushing to take over the world. This isn't some strategic retreat moment. Guys, if you want to make sure that I read your chat, send in a Rumble rant. I'm gonna have to start skipping through some of these. You guys are saying a lot here. If you guys do say something important, just send in like a $1 rant or something, if that, just to highlight it for me. Well, I'll say right now, the only reason I'm domesticated and not a mountain man living off the plains in my pickup is very literally my kids. Take my kids. I have no reason to be civilized anymore. Yeah. Trump should stop playing games and arrest Newsom for violating the constitutional rights of Californians. Until then, I don't believe he cares. This bill is an absolute nightmare. I couldn't imagine dealing with this. We really just need... Oh, what happened? We really just need to invade CA at this point. Just put your American flag patch on your arm and surrender. You'll be okay, Tyler. Dude, I mean, literally, can we invade California? This is insane. Oh, look, agents of the government are open pedophiles. Color me shocked. Yeah. Want to see a feral human being? Take my kids away from me. When a man has nothing left to lose, all options become viable. So yeah, this will go very poorly. Yeah, no, seriously. Isn't Rodriguez the one being looked into for cartel affiliation? Probably. There's a lot of corrupt politicians here in California. Marbury v. Madison, 1803. All laws repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. I agree. I fully agree, and so did the Supreme Court. That was a Supreme Court ruling, I believe, right? Or rather, one of the ones with cartel affiliations. I would too. This is a legitimately scary thing. Sean's right. I wish more people knew this, but an ignorant population is a docile population. Absolutely. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, guys. Now, if only we, the people, actually were willing to enforce that, and then the government wouldn't arrest us for doing so, right? CA needs reconquered. Enough is enough. CA is rogue. Send in the Rangers. I agree. Can you guys, please? Seriously, can you guys invade California? People always say, as goes California, so goes the country. It's horrific, and people will not stand for this. No, I sincerely hope that people don't stand for this, and me bringing attention to this hopefully will help in some small way. I'm gonna make a smaller clip to highlight this, but absolutely horrific story, and horrific that they're even considering this. This is not something that they should be considering. Well, we're gonna move on now. So we're gonna talk about this. We have this from Fox News reporter. Man, it's getting hot in my room, guys. Not gonna lie. It's getting pretty toasty in here. Let me open my door. All right. Hopefully that brings some air in. All right. Oh yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord. Looks like that just popped up in the chat a moment ago. Make sure you guys join my Discord. You guys can send me news stories and stuff to talk about. If there's news stories that I'm missing, send them to me. I don't want to miss news. Where'd Tyler go? Mossad nabbed Tyler. No, I was opening my door. I'm getting much cooler air in here now. Let's move to this next story. What do I got for you guys next? Next up, we got for you guys, we have this from a Fox News guy. He said, breaking, Department of Homeland Security arrives in Penske trucks at a Home Depot in MacArthur Park area of LA for early morning immigration enforcement. The area was filled with migrants who scattered. DHS says MS-13 has a chokehold in this area, which is one reason they're carrying out the highly optic immigration raids. Only 16 were taken into custody. And I say only 16 because watch this video, guys. Ineffective. How ineffective is this? Like, oh, cool. Well, let's all celebrate that they're doing ICE raids in California. Great, cool, love it. Can you do it in not such a effing retarded way? Can you be a little bit more covert? I actually want you to catch these people. Like, how obvious do you have to make it? You parked a moving truck in the middle of a parking lot and then just threw the door open, and what, you're like 100 feet away from all these dudes? Like, cool. You guys got a photo op. You got a video. Awesome. Great. You caught 16. What is 16 gonna do? It's nothing. You caught nobody. You caught like nobody. Especially in a place like California. Like, sure, the stuff like this strikes fear into people, but all you're doing is driving them into hiding. I want you to actually catch these people. That was an absolutely retarded plan. It was like cool idea in theory, guys, but not very practical. This was not practical whatsoever. If you were going to do something like this, at least go park around the building or something. Like, at least try to hide your presence. Come on. Like, the idea, right, was to show up in the truck. You don't look like ICE. It's just a moving truck. And then the back opens, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, it's ICE. And then you arrest a bunch of people. Not pull up, bright yellow Penske truck. The Penske trucks are bright yellow Penske truck. Door opens up, takes like 5 to 10 seconds to open the door, and then you all gotta run and jump out the back and run over to these people. Like, it's so ineffective, guys. These guys watch too many movies. Yeah, this is like a movie thing. They're like, oh, you know what would be really cool? Let's just show up to Home Depot in a Penske truck and get them. We'll get them that way. Like I said, I want to see. Excuse me. I want to see mass deportations. This ain't it. This ain't it, guys. That's not it. Do better. Do better. We have this from Not the Bee. I love the Babylon Bee, and I love Not the Bee. Penske is mad that Homeland Security used its trucks to catch criminals. Homeland Security had the perfect reply. Wednesday morning, ICE conducted a raid in Los Angeles at a Home Depot where known MS-13 gang members hang out, and it was pretty epic. Here's the video again. Again, like, here they go. They're running out. He's in full sprint. Like, come on, you're not... This is so ineffective. Federal officers make arrest following an immigration raid at the Home Depot near MacArthur Park in Los Angeles. No word from Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass if the day camp's full of... Okay, well, yeah, whatever. And then, yeah, here's people getting pulled into the truck. Are they loading them into the truck, too? That's my next question. At least when I'd hit on the way to work or on the way home, probably have enough ICE agents to have undercovers. Also... Yeah, I believe this was staged for the camera. Yeah, it's just it was more for a photo op, which sure. It's something you see in law enforcement operations pretty regularly. Law enforcement hangs out in the back of an unmarked, nondescript vehicle, then pounces. But apparently Penske wants to know that you can't put people in the back of the trucks like that. And they're going to tell on the DHS for improper use of their trucks. A statement from Penske Truck Rental. So what was the statement that we got from Penske? Let's see. So the official statement is Penske Truck Rental is aware of a recent report and videos regarding a Department of Homeland Security operation in Los Angeles. Pence strictly prohibits the transportation of people in the cargo area of its vehicles under any circumstances. The company was not made aware that its truck would be used in today's operation and did not authorize this. Pence will reach out to the DHS and reinforce its policy to avoid proper use of its vehicles in the future. It's the government. They're going to use your vehicle how they want to. It's not like you're going to get in trouble for it. Like, the thing is like, when people do that, that affects your insurance. And that affects like what the government does to you. But when the government takes your vehicle and then goes and does it themselves, it's fully on the government. Tyler, it's pronounced Penske. Whatever, Penske. Mike Penske. Anyway, are you guys saying you think leftists are your target market, so you have to quell their tears, or are you admitting your trucks rent to illegals and don't want to lose that market? It has to be one or the other. I don't know about that, Nick Sorter, but that's Nick's opinion. So here's the statement. Yes, Pence is going out of its way to give a woke counter signal to federal law enforcement because they don't like that ICE is arresting MS-13 gangbangers and other illegal immigrants. If I was Penske, I would come out and be like, yes, do you guys need more of our trucks? Whatever corporate is definitely not Penske material. The comment on the virtue signal were brutal, hilarious. Here's a sampling. So people were making memes of it. Some pretty good memes here. Have you considered crying about it? Wow. Let's see. But Homeland Security had the last laugh. Care to remind the American people what Penske said when this happened? Silence speaks volumes. The brave agents of ICE, Gov, and CBP will continue carrying out their mission to protect Americans. Border agents find 58 migrants crammed in Penske truck and alleged human smuggling. Right, so they'll make a statement on ICE getting rid of illegal immigrants, but they won't make a statement on 58 migrants being trafficked in one of their trucks. The double standard. That's a perfect response from DHS. Perfect reply. Because exactly. You're gonna respond to the government using your trucks to enforce law, but you're not gonna make a statement on people being trafficked in your trucks. Okay. All right. Yeah. If that's where you want to go with that, sure. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely rent to illegals. I mean, yeah, of course they do. Should have used a semi-truck and trailer. They have rookie numbers, need to pump up the deportations. Yes, more deportations, please. And guys, they're trying to recruit. I don't know if you know this, but the ICE is recruiting. And here's one of their latest marketing for recruiting. South Park mocks White House over Homeland Security ICE post. So South Park is fired back at the Trump administration after the Department of Homeland Security used the show to promote immigration and customs enforcement weeks after the White House had labeled the series not relevant. So this is kind of funny. The the Trump administration did recently say that South Park is not relevant, and they were dogging on them pretty hard. But now here we have ICE coming out and using images from South Park, like in the thumbnail today. Join.ice.gov. This is an actual post by DHS Gov on X. And here's South Park responding, oh, wait, so we aren't? Wait, so we are relevant. Eat a bag of dicks, is South Park's response, which, yeah, that's fair. So I just thought it was funny. It doesn't really matter. But I thought it was funny, and I did crap on so the reason I wanted to bring this up is one, it's funny to see that the Trump administration's DHS is now using South Park for promotional stuff to get people recruited. Second thing, the response by South Park, great. Third thing, I was pretty harsh on the first episode of South Park with this newest season, but I've got to say, all the promotional stuff for this upcoming episode, which I believe is tonight, I'm looking forward to it. All the stuff that I've seen for this next episode looks phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll likely talk about it tomorrow. So I just wanted to bring this up just because it was immigration related, and I just wanted to say that the new episode of South Park tonight looks like it's going to be pretty good. If you like Charlie Kirk jokes, go watch Cartman as he basically is Charlie Kirk tonight. It's gonna be hilarious. Anyway, Let's move on to another story. We do have other stories that I want to jump into. Let's see. What time is it? Man, we only have 20 minutes left already. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's jump to this next story, people. Do. So, Trump said that immigrants do it naturally. Trump to let some banned workers return to U.S. farms. Trump literally said that the illegal immigrants are just naturally better at doing farm work. he literally said that. There's no beating around the bush on this. Trump literally said that we need to keep them here because Americans aren't picking up the jobs and they were naturally built for this. That's literally what Trump said. So no amnesty. No amnesty. I've repeatedly said no amnesty. I have made comments about very specific circumstances in which maybe amnesty could be applied, but at very, very specific circumstances. In general, remove 95% plus of the illegals. Remove 95% plus. Remove them. There's a very... I leave that extra 5% because there have been some cases where I'm like, okay, maybe amnesty. But the vast majority, overwhelming majority, get them out. No one wants them here. That's what we voted you for, Trump. In a recent phone interview with CNBC, President Donald Trump acknowledged the critical role immigrant labor plays in sustaining U.S. agriculture. While reiterating that some undocumented farm workers could still face deportation, Trump said his administration is considering legal avenues for certain workers to return and fill jobs that American citizens have been reluctant to take. Efforts to recruit domestic labor, particularly from urban areas, have largely failed. He said Trump described immigrant workers as indispensable to farms' operations, praising their endurance and work ethic, saying they do it naturally and are very special people. He also quoted a farmer who claimed that physical hardship can be a matter of life or death for these workers. His comments underscored the administration's complex balancing act between immigration enforcement and the economic realities of the agricultural workforce. And I've long talked about this. No amnesty, and no amnesty. Let the wages and costs settle where they should be. And that's the issue. We're not going to fix this overnight, and we do need to remove these illegals. What's going to happen in the immediate? Let me break it down. What happens in the immediate? So we deport all these illegals. Now we have a vacuum of all of these jobs, right? What's going to happen is that these farms are going to struggle, going to make do the best they can, try to hire who they can at whatever wage that they can, and when they realize that they're not paying people enough and no one's coming to work, they'll up how much they're paying. That's what should happen, at least. That's how we fix this. The way we fix this is you remove all the illegal, cheap labor and you replace it with legal, more expensive labor. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for the farms. It's gonna suck for markets. Food is gonna go up. Food prices will go up. But what people don't talk about is as we bring things back to America, as we give jobs back to Americans, start making things in America again, it will make prices go up. But you know what it also does? The people working those jobs will now make more money than the average minimum wage for a lot of these jobs. The people working the farms, they're not going to get paid minimum wage. No one's going to go work that for minimum wage. So those people will get paid a living wage, as Democrats like to say. And it'll fix a lot of issues. A lot of people complain about, oh, it's more expensive to do it here. Yeah, but that money is going to someone so that they can have a life here in America. So it's absolutely worth it. And Trump needs to drop this amnesty crap for farm workers. He's been on it, and it's stupid. None of it. None of that, Trump. None of it. Have none of it. Let's move on to this next immigration story. Within the same vein, kind of, immigration, how President Trump's illegal immigration crackdown is impacting high school football. So basically what this story is talking about Lyndon B. Johnson High School's football team and how a large portion of them are Hispanic and it's 99% of the student body is Hispanic, actually. And now there are fears growing in this district, as well as places like California. A lot of people have been talking about how traffic has gone down substantively. But we have this story talking about how people aren't showing up to school anymore. They're not going to, these big games or anything like that. And I say good. Good. This just shows that illegals are in our schools and they're taking the space of people. I heard the other day that someone break it down. Think about this, guys. You're commuting to work every day in a large city that has just thousands, if not millions, of illegals. All of a sudden, those illegals stop going out because they're scared that they're going to get deported. Or, hey, let's say 5-10 years from now, we do deport all of them. The road's clear. Your drive to work is much easier. That 2-hour commute becomes an hour commute. It just cut your time in half. Think about how much time you're saving with that. The people that are here illegally aren't just taking up space. They're physically taking time away from the rest of us when you really break it down. Cut your commute time in half. 1 hour there, 1 hour back. That's 2 hours a day. How much is that a week? 14 hours a week. How much is that a month? Let's see. About 58 hours a month. How much is that a year? How much is that over 5 years? 10. They're physically taking hours and days off of your life simply by the sheer fact of being here. The sheer fact of them being here takes time off your life, makes things longer to do. Think about it wasn't that long ago that I was in school. Teachers complain about having 40-plus classrooms where they get paid not a livable wage. They don't get support in the classroom for all of the supplies and stuff that they have to buy, pencils and other things that kids constantly break. How many of those kids shouldn't even be here? How many educations are being impacted because classrooms are overstuffed with illegals? There's so many things that go into the immigration problem that you get rid of these illegals, so many things would get fixed. The dominoes of removing these illegals from the country is insane when you really and truly break it down how much they are taking from us. They are physically taking your life. They're taking your work. They're taking your education. They're taking everything from us. They're not doing it on purpose. They want all those things too. But they need to go and get that from where they came from. They don't need to come here and get it from us. We need that. We need it from our own. We need it for our own people, our own children, our own friends. They can go back to their own country and make their country great. I've said it constantly. There's no reason for any other country in the world to not be as great as the United States. Every single country on this planet has the capability of being as great and as free as the United States. And that's not to say we're perfect, because we're not. But we're one of the best places to be in the world. And that's why we have such an immigration problem, because everyone wants to come here. I keep telling people, you guys want to come here because we're so great. Why don't you just make where you live great? That's what I would do. If I lived in one of these other countries, I'd be like, look at the United States. Why aren't we great like them? And then I would work towards that. Anyway, this is great. This is great. I want people to stop showing up. Just stop showing up. Self-deport. Just leave. Leave the country. Why are you here? We don't want you here. You'll be better off back home in your home country. You're going to lose jobs. They teach English as a second language. Those teachers will be useless. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that would happen with removing illegals. I'm sure there's a lot of bad that would happen too. But the long-term effects would be vastly beneficial as opposed to just letting them stay here. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next story. Let's see. I want to talk about your guys' comments too. What are you guys saying down in the comments below before we move to this next story? We're going to be talking about the NFL here in just a second. And then we'll be moving on to our final story after that. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let's see, the chitty chats. No amnesty. Let the massive farms shrink and let the small farmers grow. We don't need our food made by the same companies. I agree. I ain't worried about it. They lie to get their way all the time. For all I know, prices will go down when this happens. Right. It empowers the dollar more. Also, we reduce the amount of people sending their effing paychecks back to Mexico or India or Africa. We will start to notice what it looks like when the money stays. Yeah, and it's funny because I've heard that argument brought up, Sean, and someone argued against it by saying, "Oh, but that's their money. Why do you care what they're doing with their own money?" And it's like, yeah, I don't care what people do with their own money. But you know what I do start to care about is when you take the money from my economy and send it to a country that has nothing to fucking do with my economy. You just included me in your business when you did that. If you were to keep that money that you earned in this economy circulating in this economy, great, love it. You're helping this economy, you're contributing, you're keeping the flow going. But if you're just siphoning and then sending it off to the next economy, go screw yourself. Go screw yourself. That's what I think. What else you guys saying? Yeah, rich a-holes push farms like my family's out of the picture while they hire a bunch of illegals. F them. I hope they fail hard. Right. Yeah, I recommend you guys go and check out that interview I did with Ian Crossland if you haven't checked it out yet. Highly, highly recommend go and check that out. Tyler, I hear reports of lower levels of traffic in California. I know you don't drive much. However, when you do, have you noticed a difference? Yes, I have noticed a little bit of a difference. It's been a minute since I've been to LA, but I did go on that deep sea fishing trip recently. And yes, there's not as many people driving around right now. I love it. I mean, you know, some days differ though, you know, depending. It depends on time of day too, but overall, I would say there has been a noticeable difference. Yes. The Irish bar comes back to town and the Mexican restaurants move out. One is fine, but no town needs 5 Mexican restaurants. That's like all I have where I live. It was a long time ago when I was in school. Well, I'm only 24. Those Mexican restaurants are often fronts for laundering. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Where I live, especially, is there's a lot of cartels that do stuff out here. What's up, Hello Darkness? Yeah, you're gonna lose jobs. I teach. Yeah, I read that one. 3 of my coworkers self-deported. Good, good. How do you feel about that? Hello Darkness. Those same teachers can just go 20 minutes over the border and teach people English before they come in. Exactly. Yeah, just go move closer to the border. Get a visa to go work over there and go teach them English. Nazi Fascism League. Yeah, those teachers will spread out to shrink class sizes. Maybe. Yeah, I knew a few car dealerships and restaurants in town were fronts for the cartel. What do you care what they do with their money? Same argument given to the person demanding to get hired by a store that says, I want the dollars I pay you to stay in the community. Exactly. I want the money. If I were a business and I was paying someone money, I would want them to circulate that money back into my economy and the local community, because that benefits me in the long run. That benefits all of us in the long run. When the economy keeps getting circulated like that, it benefits all of us. But if that money's just getting shipped off to another country, it's not going back into circulation here. It's getting circulated elsewhere. That's not doing anything for us. It doesn't do anything for me. It does everything for them. We're going to be moving on to this next story. Now, I don't have much of an opinion on this, so I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I want to hear opinions from the chat. So you know, get ready on those keyboards. Get ready on those keyboards. All right. So I'm not a big sports guy. My sports are right here. What we're doing right now. This is my sports right here. So let's talk about sports. What's going on in sports? Well, the NFL has decided to ban smelling salts, saying that the product can mask concussion symptoms. So this is a major blow to a lot of athletes. Apparently, more than 80% of athletes in the NFL use this stuff. The NFL is banning the use of smelling salts during games, saying the products aren't proven to be safe and also could mask the signs of concussions. The league sent a memo to teams on Tuesday explaining the decision to ban smelling salt and other ammonia inhalant during pre-game activities, games and halftimes, or on the sideline or in locker rooms. In 2024, the FDA issued a warning to companies that produce commercially available ammonia inhalants, as well as consumers about the purchase and the use of ammonia inhalants, or otherwise known as AIs. we're not talking about artificial intelligence. We're talking about ammonia inhalants. So this story specifically, when I say AI, it's an ammonia inhalant. So this AI is regarding the lack of evidence supporting the safety and efficacy of AIs marketed for improving mental alertness and boosting energy. According to the memo obtained by the Associated Press, the FDA noted the potential negative effects from AI use. AIs also have potential to mask certain neurological signs and symptoms, including some potential signs of concussion. As a result, the NFL Head, Neck, and Spine Committee recommended prohibiting the use of AIs for any purpose during the play in the NFL. San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle first disclosed the ban during an interview with the NFL Network on Tuesday, adding that he hoped the league would relent and figure out a middle ground. That won't happen, according to the memo, which explicitly prohibits any club personnel for providing or supplying products such as ammonia capsules, inhalers, ammonia in a cup, or any other form of smelling salts. Smelling salts and other similar products have been a staple on NFL sidelines for years, with many players believing it can provide a sudden jolt of energy and alertness. So if you don't know what a smelling salt is, it is literally, definitionally, a stimulant. It is a stimulant. It stimulates the mind and it stimulates the nervous system. And it does give you a sudden jolt of energy and alertness because it instantly activates your fight or flight response. So yeah, in my opinion, as someone who doesn't pay attention to sports, I would say, yes, let's not have this in sports. You shouldn't be activating your fight or flight response, especially if it's masking potentially serious symptoms of other injuries. So yeah, let's just remove it. Let's not have that. This is like, also, this is just you're taking a stimulant to boost effectiveness on the field. Like, this is just not, I don't support this. This is my initial opinion on it, but I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Like, let me know. NFL bans, so this is also from the New York Post. NFL bans smelling salts ahead of the 2025 season as George Kittle says he is distraught. So basically just reiterating what I was saying here. This is the image I got from the thumbnail. So yeah, literally you break these little things and you sniff them, and it has a chemical reaction in the brain that activates fight or flight, and it gives you a sudden burst of energy is essentially what it does. But it's reiterating what I was saying here. I want to get down to the quote from the Star. Kittle said that he's been distraught all day following this news, and he's even considered retirement. He said that we've got to figure out a middle ground here, guys. Somebody help me out. Somebody come up with a good idea. I miss those already. My question is, as somebody who doesn't know hardly anything about smelling salts, is it addictive? Because it seems like with a reaction like this is that he may be addicted. That, or he's concerned about his performance without these performance-enhancing stimulants. That's my initial thoughts on this. But what do you guys think? Well, let me read your guys' comments. What are you guys thinking on this? Where are we at on this? Because like I said, this is my sports. What we're doing right now, this is my sports. So what do you guys think in the comments? Let's see. What are you guys saying in the comments? Bros making millions a year to play football. I could give a F less if you got a concussion. Go do plumbing then if the game's rough for you. Bunch of babies. So Shitty Gov, I think you misheard. The complaint isn't that it causes a concussion or anything related to causing concussions. The concern is that the smelling salts will mask the symptoms of a concussion. That's the issue, is that the smelling salts might mask that you even have one. That's the issue. I think it's good to ban for casual use by a player, but keep it in the medical kit for anyone who's been knocked out. Yeah, I've heard that it's been used to, get people out of a knocked out state. So yeah, sure, that's a fair, what is it? That's a fair use of it. Yeah, let them shoot heroin for all I care. Again, millions to play football. I barely scrape by doing work with my hands, so no sympathy from me. I mean, Shitty Gov, we can complain about how much money they make, but just complain about the people watching it. For the same reason that we laugh at the WNBA for wanting more money is the same reason you cannot laugh at how much money these people make. Regardless of their job is easier to do or not, the reason they make that much money is because that's how much people are paying them to do the job. Get upset at all the people that are supporting them. Upset at all the people buying merchandise, buying tickets to the shows. Get upset at those people. Do not get upset at the people doing the work. Do not get upset at the people that own the teams. Because if the players aren't getting those millions of dollars, it just goes to the fucking team. Like, I give the money to the player. Give all of the money to the player. The people that own the team should get the smallest amount ever. So yeah, while we can sit here and complain that they make a ton of money, they earned it. They earned it, and we give it to them. So, good on them. Good on them for winning the lottery at life. That's what I have to say. No hate to them. I wish all athletes the best in life. They use it pregame and halftime to get hype. This ban is stupid. They'll come for hockey next, unfortunately. I'm also a pro-steroids guy, though, so that's my stance. Well, I'm anti-steroid and anti-all stimulant use in sports. If my argument against you guys would be, if you want steroids and other stimulants used in sports, create your own league. But I want a league where it's just pure human strength and human ability. I want no added stimulants or drugs. I don't want any of that. If I'm going to watch sports, I want the raw human ability. That's what I want. So yeah, get rid of the stimulant. Get rid of it. I'm fine with it. That's my overall thought. No, it's not addictive. No, it's not addictive. Okay, so this guy's just tweaking. I keep one in my car just in case. It's good to wake up people in an emergency, but it's cheating in my book. Yeah, it's a stimulant. I would say that it's definitely a form of cheating. Smelling salts are the least of the stimulants used in the game. I would be surprised if they got designer meth that they could show up on drug test. All sorts of drugs they used to play the games. Yeah, I think all of it should be banned, though. That's a good idea, Sean. I should get some for my work van. I was about to suggest splitting leagues, you thunder... Yeah, well, Concrete Hades, I'm just that good. That's why you got to come and tune into the show more, Hades. I'm just that good. Beat you to the point. I'm not hating. I'm just saying they don't deserve my sympathy because this isn't a secret and has been going on high levels for decades. Coach gave me drugs when I was in school, so it's a bit of a sore topic. Gotcha. Sore spot for me. Caffeine and nicotine are stimulants then, so no coffee or cigarettes. Yes. If you're going to be an athlete getting paid millions of dollars, yes, no caffeine or nicotine. No Red Bull, no Rockstar. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Look, dude, if you're telling me that I can't drink Red Bull or Rockstar anymore, but I'll get paid millions of dollars a year, sign me up. I mean, but yeah, just make another league where all that stuff is just go ahead with it. I want to jump to this last story that we're going to end off here. Well, actually, before we jump to this last and final story, let's see. Ooh, we got another ad. Let's read this ad. Let me make sure that I have it displaying properly. There we go. Last and final ad of the day, guys, before we go to their final story. All right, outdoor crew, if you're into fishing, camping, or getting off the grid, meet your new best friend, the Hunter Orange 25-quart cooler from Cadis Sports. That's Caddis Sports. This isn't your average cooler. It's roto-molded for max durability, bear-proof, and 20% lighter than other brands, so it's easy to haul whether you're deep in the backcountry or just setting up at the dock. You'll get up to 3 days of ice retention thanks to thick, high-performance insulation that means cold drinks, fresh food, and fewer ice runs. Whether you're chasing muttons offshore or posted up at a campsite. Best part, it's a 40 to 50% cheaper than the big name coolers, but still built to perform season after season. And like all Cadis sports name brand gear, it's proudly made in the United States. Use code RUMBLE at checkout for 10% off your order today. That's caddissports.com. Go grab the Hunter Orange 25-quart cooler and keep your next adventure ice cold. There you go, guys. So we got camping chairs, gaming controllers, gaming chairs, gaming controllers, and a cooler. Go check out your coolers and all the cool stuff we promoted today, guys. And if you guys want to support the show directly, because those ads, I'm doing those ads because I have to for the Rumble Creator Program. If you want to support the channel directly, you can do so by sending in Rumble Rants, or like I previously said in the show, you can become a subscriber to the channel only on Rumble. What was I just sent here? Oh, okay, so apparently Joe Rogan just had a big guest on. I'm gonna have to check that out later. But what I want to jump to is our final story of the day, all you beautiful people in the chat. Damn it, Tyler, I got all excited, thought you were selling me a gun or something. Sorry, I hunt and fish. Can I have a free one to product test it? You'll have to reach out. Sorry. Take a shitty gov. Best I could do is a 45 ACP hit point. Sold! I'll get a Taurus revolver next. There you go. All right, let's move to this next story, guys. So I maybe should have brought this up around the time we did the AI story, but this is disgusting. This is not a precedent I'm willing to let be set. And Fishy, if you're still in the chat, you had the perfect response to this, because this is absolutely disgusting. But you should not be surprised, considering it is Jim Acosta. Sorry, I keep burping. You should not be surprised, considering it is Jim Acosta. Now, what did Jim Acosta do? Let's just read this tweet from him. What did he do? A show you don't want to miss at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard. Hey, that's my time. Apparently, Jim Acosta said he's having a one-of-a-kind interview with Joe Quinn Oliver. Who's Joe Quinn Oliver? Well, Joe Quinn Oliver actually died in the Parkland shooting in 2018. But his parents have created an AI version of their son to deliver a powerful message on gun violence. Plus, Texas State Rep James Stellarico. See you soon on Substack and later on YouTube. Guys, this is not the precedent that we're setting. I know this story makes my skin crawl. Guys, for those of you that aren't getting the point of what I just read, he's interviewing an AI adaptation created by him and the victim's family to have the deceased victim speak against gun violence and the shooting that claimed his life. We don't know what he would have said. We don't know his thoughts on the matter. We don't know his feelings on it because he's dead. He's deceased. You cannot speak for him, and you cannot create something to mimic him and speak for him either. This is not the precedent we're setting. This is not the precedent that anyone should set. This is unacceptable. Wholly and totally, completely outright. This is completely unacceptable. Jim Acosta used to work for CNN. He was a terrible reporter then. He's a terrible and disgusting independent reporter now. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, let's watch this
Joaquin,
clip.
I would like to
Let's
know,
watch this.
Joaquin, I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin.
That's so disgusting. Who wrote the prompts? This isn't him speaking. He's not saying these things. We don't know if he was an anti-gun advocate. Maybe he was. Even if he was, this isn't okay. This is not okay. None of this is okay. Even if it was a picture of him with a fake AI voice that's supposed to reconstruct what he was saying, even if it was word for word things that he had already said before, even then I wouldn't accept it. Because it's not him. It's not a video of him speaking. It's not him talking. It could have been the words that he's actually believed. That doesn't matter. Someone punch this dude right now in the nose. Seriously. That's what Killing It just said. I hate to do this, but I don't get it. AI might not be Play-Doh, but got you covered. AI definitely couldn't outdrink me, but okay. Yeah, now that horror show effing... Yeah. So Fishy and I were talking about this on X, because I responded on X here. I said, parents, family, or otherwise, This is utterly disgusting to artificially create statements for political purposes from images of dead people. Delete your fake interview and just interview the real people behind the words. And Fishy, I'm going to highlight your comment here. Go follow Fishy on X if you guys want to. Big supporter in the chat. Always love seeing Fishy around. Go follow him on X. Follow me while you're there too, Tyler Rittenauer on X. But Fishy said, this sets a precedent of interviewing individuals to get whatever response you want. Exactly. Exactly. Someone dies and you want them to speak on something for you? Oh, just AI interview them and type in the exact prompt of what you want them to respond with. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Horrific. Horrific, disgusting. Illegitimate. There's so many things I could say on that. So many. It's disgusting, though. I'm going to leave you guys with that horrific story. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out today. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys hanging out, sitting through those ad reads. We didn't get any Rumble rants today, but that's perfectly fine. I don't expect that every day. It's always just a nice little bonus when that happens. But we did hit the like goal today. We actually hit it twice. Let me sound that effect for you guys. Let me get that sound effect going for you guys. But boom, here. Let's get that grunt birthday. Where is it? Where is it? Ooh, a double? I got doubled? Nice. All right. Well, there you go, guys. So we hit the goals of today. We got through all of the news that I had for you guys. And I'm going to be moving on to Joey Cannoli's show. I won't be there, but he will. We're at 595 followers, by the way, guys. We're 5 away from the big 600 number. What do you guys want to do? What do you want me to do when I hit 600? I don't know. Let me know what you guys know. Let me know in the comments down below. That's what I want you guys to comment. For all of you watching right now, before I send you over to Joey Cannoli for his show, which is live right now, please put in the comments down below, not the live chat. Exit out of the live chat, tap comments, and comment. What would you like to see from me as a reward for helping me hit 600 followers on Rumble? What would you guys like to see? I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But with that, I'll leave you guys, and I'll send you guys over to Joey Cannoli. Thank you again so much for the amazing show today. I had a lot of fun speaking with you guys, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Later, guys. Peace out.